What a dramatic choice of music. Who came up with that?
Even Comerica Park was a little melodramatic, don't you think?
Sheesh. All right, that was funny, though. All right, let's get into What's the Buzz, everyone. This all has to do with the conversation we had last week, right, Jason?
It all started with punctuation, and it got us to talking about text messaging and how things are rapidly changing because the impact text has had on things like the period or the exclamation point. One seems too much, a little too extra. The other one seems too serious.
Yeah, not enough. All right, so today's What's the Buzz is all about texting etiquette. What do you do? What do you don't do? Joining us to talk about this are AJ Williams, the managing editor of the Michigan Chronicle and the lady behind SingleBlackChick.com, and Mimi Brown, a local author and motivational speaker. Thanks for being here, ladies.
Thanks.
Always a pleasure.
Haven't seen you for a minute. What's going on?
Living the COVID dream.
Maintaining, I know, I get it. So let's get into the texting, because we're all texting more because we are at home, right? And it's COVID and you're checking in with this one and seeing how that one is doing. Let's talk about the use of the period in texting. Does using a period mean that you are angry, or does it make it seem like you're angry, or set a certain kind of tone with your text? What do you guys think about that?
I think it's terse.
Terse. I think periods, I mean, I am an editor, so I think periods are a part of grammar. And I think we should take them for what they mean, which is an end of a sentence. Unless you literally type out period. Then that has a different context.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And I'll add to that, AJ. I'll say, or unless you put a period behind each word, like I dot, no dot, you got dot, my dot text.
Yes.
Then the period is a little angry.
See, but this is what I love, is that we're using punctuation to express how we're feeling in different things, and then type out the word period in caps and then put a period. Whole nother situation. Whole nother situation. So let's talk about the exclamation point. Is that more acceptable now? AJ, let's start with you.
I think so. I think we're a lot more expressive in our texting nowadays, because it could be so many things. So you're trying to put your personality into it, like, girl, yes. Exclamation. So I think it's fine. But I think if you couple it with like maybe all caps with exclamations, then it's a little bit different.
All right, so let's talk about all caps. Mimi, what do you think about all caps? Does it feel like people are yelling?
Yes, I actually have this conversation with my dad quite a bit, and he's in his mid 60s, and so he said, "I don't care, I can't see, so it makes it better for me." And I'm like, "Daddy, you are yelling at people, and it's very rude."
Oh boy.
You know, my eyes aren't doing so well. I'm going to be 50 here on Saturday. Shop early, shop often.
I keep thinking your birthday is in November. I don't know what is wrong with me.
So I have a hard time deciphering emoji. Like being able to tell what they're, except for the obvious ones. But when they get really tiny and detailed, I can't figure out what the heck's going on.
Okay. I mean, ladies, maybe you can help us with this, because I can have a whole conversation in emojis. What do you think about emojis and GIFs and so on?
I think emojis and GIFs are life for me, because I mean, a Beyonce, or a Blue Ivy condescension look, like, is life for me. So I can have a whole conversation just with GIFs. They're amazing.
What about you, Mimi?
I like them when they're not overdone, because I know some younger folks, not that I'm super old, but younger folks will have the whole conversation, and I don't know what they all mean. So I feel like I have to go back and get like a dictionary, and I'm going online trying to figure it out. Just say the words, okay? Just say the words, people.
That is so funny. And I was telling Jason, I was like, the emoji can mean whatever you want it to mean, put in the context of the conversation. I know I'm doing too much, but it's just something that we're doing so much more of right now, and I find it fun.
What about spelling?
I know what they're gonna think.
I know what AJ has
correct spelling.
Yes, ma'am. What do you think about spelling, AJ?
I think, so once again, editor and me, Business conversations, I do judge. I think you need to have some acumen when you're with your spelling, because let's take the time to review the text before you send it. I'm not as harsh when we're talking on a friendship basis or a more, not professional perspective, just because I type really fast sometimes and it just can happen, and autocorrect is a thing. So it can say something that you thought it was going to say. So I'm not as harsh.
Okay. Mimi?
I'm the grammar person. I'm spelling. I want you just to go back and reread it really quick, because sometimes it takes it out of context. And I know I'm also, I'll forget, like I've said don't or do when I meant don't. I'm like, and it takes it totally out of context. Just go back and look at your spelling, especially to AJ's point, in a professional context.
If I tweet something,
Yeah.
I mean, let alone text, if I tweet something, I read that sucker 4 or 5 times to make sure everything is proper.
Boy, I need to step my game up because I just put whatever out there.
Thanks, lady.
Well, here's a quick tip, and I'm sure AJ would say this too. So as I've been writing books, my mentor always said to me, read it out loud, because what is happening in your head is very different than what's coming out of your mouth. And so we'll fill it in our heads, but out loud, you're like, oh, I missed a word there. That's not what I meant.
Yes, that's a very good tip, Mimi. Very good tip. Ladies, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.